Your date of birth holds all the secrets to your soul. You give us your date of birth, we'll tell you the secrets to love, the secrets to lust, and who the best person for you just might be.
I have the answers.
Check out Secrets of Birthdays at secretsofbirthdays.com.
Soul Garden.
Hello, Soul Healers, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Update. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. So good to see you. And a couple little announcements. First, how about Nikki Bright? She's a Virgo, and she is quite bright, both in the light and in her heart. And she's got a seminar called Jumpstart Your Creativity. This is a 90-minute seminar live on webcam with students interacting, where you can get into your heart chakra, you can jumpstart your inner child, you can break through love blocks, you can break through fertility blocks, so people trying to get pregnant, this is an excellent thing. And it's in 90 minutes, $24.95. So come on down while tickets, and buy a ticket while supplies last. This is going to be really a new step for us at Soul Garden, helping people get through really quickly in quick seminars. So come check it out. And if you were interested in the moon videos, my apologies, we're going to put it off one more week. We decided to line up Carolyn Nagel's moon videos with the sun moving into Libra. That way it's real clear for everyone. So those will be out in about a week, and I thank you for your patience. Well, we are in the IB state of awareness, which means it's your birthday, Virgos. Happy birthday to the virgins out there of the zodiac. Also going to do a special happy birthday to my cousin, Tracy, out in Chicago. She knows what she's all about. That'd be Trace. But for the Virgos, this is an ego update, and I think this is probably one of the most powerful ego updates that you're going to have in a long time, because you have worked your astro off to change your life in the last 4 years. And in this week, as we move through this next chapter of your birthday period, this is really the first time that I think Virgos are going to completely own that strength you worked on 3 years ago when your life was falling apart. Now remember, the IB state of awareness comes from the heart. So Virgos live in their heart when they're doing things right, and that's how they build their inner faith. There's 3 stages: the live, the love, and the be stage. We're now up to the love stage, loving yourself and loving who you are in the moment. And then we're going to move up to the be stage, which is your master shui, or your passion. This is your ego confidence, this is your charisma, this is your fun personality. So when you're a Virgo, and the sun's in Virgo, you're working on your ego, your defenses, therefore your strength. That turns into when you take action and what you take action. And in the master shui, it is charisma. So we start off on Monday. It's sunny and social for the natural born healers of the zodiac. Mars rules the day, empowering you to take action in your life. And with the moon in Cancer, your emotions are focused on your reputation. Looking at the planets, there's actually a number of themes I want you to be aware of. First of all, thank goddess for this, Mercury is now in front of the sun. So now we begin to think for the future, plan for the future, and see the future come into effect. We've been working on the past since Mercury retrograde, so I think we start this week feeling a lot sharper and brighter. There's a long-term trine between Venus in Leo and Uranus in Aries. Venus in Leo means that this week you begin to receive genuine faith. You'll start to feel the love on the inside. And in this first day on Monday, there might be a little bit of a tug-of-war in order to pop that open. And that tug-of-war we're going to talk about in just a minute, but it is time to go ahead and receive from God, receive faith from your higher self. Uranus and Aries means that in order to pull that off, you might have to change some boundaries, what you were open to or not open to. I mean, you might have to go ahead and go to church if that's what the boundary was, or take the jump if you have to. And then the last that I was pointing out is Saturn. Saturn is now going to race ahead between now and Scorpio with your new soul capital. That means it is time to make money. That means if you've not done the proper work or commitment to what you're worth, you're going to move ahead anyways. We're going to race ahead, and you're going to see that time flies. Between now and Halloween, it's like nothing. It's like nothing. It's going to be really fast. On Tuesday, we squat and hold space. Mother Earth rules the day. So for you, it means to just sit in your new ego. Hopefully yesterday you took action and you began to employ the new charisma you want. On Tuesday you start to feel kind of passionate about that, and you probably are feeling the new ego being born in the world. That's because the moon still in Cancer, you're feeling somewhat social on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, it's Love Fest Day, the most loving day of the month. This one is going to happen on the inside. The moon is in Leo. That shifts emotions to your subconscious. And so Wednesday might be kind of a private day, but on the inside, I'm hoping that you are glowing. Let's take a look at what's going on with the planets. First of all, Love Fest Day is simply the moon crossing over Venus. The moon is our emotions, and on Wednesday, yours are now in the subconscious, so you might have some crazy dreams or some really good dreams. As the moon crosses Venus, you're invited to emotionally receive the inner faith you began to receive yesterday. So yesterday might have been conceptual. Today on Love Fest Day, you feel that love. So it's a great passionate day. It's a good day for some extra light casting if you want to really do some meditation and whatnot. Now, part of the trigger, I think, is Mars. You see Mars squaring Moon Venus? It may be in order to feel that inner faith and feel the love, you need to draw some new emotional boundaries in your mind. That's what Mars in Scorpio is saying, that you might have to decide you ain't going to take this or take that or worry about this or worry about that. And it's the decision of not to let your mind run along that path that opens up the Moon-Venus conjunction. Also, let's not forget this trine. You may also have to change some boundaries or innovate some personal boundaries with yourself here in Uranus. And as you do, you see that also trines in to the moon conjuncting. So for Lightcast Day, in order to feel the faith and feel the love for yourself, be willing to draw some emotional boundaries in your mind and be willing to change some boundaries in your overall life. On Thursday, Jupiter rules the day, so it's an optimistic day, and I think you're sunny but spiritual. So again, rather private, but out in the world, although you're feeling kind of private on the inside, you're maybe taking some risk on the out. With Jupiter ruling the day, it's time to go ahead and throw that new ego out there and go ahead and step into the emotional sway or passion of your charisma. And that's from this point on what we want to focus on, your charismatic passion. And that's what Thursday does begin. So by the end of the day, you are feeling the passion, and hopefully you have installed the faith. Then comes Friday. Now, Friday is a Uranus ruled day, so it might start off sort of cranky, but the moon moves into Virgo, so by the end of the day, it is sunny and cool. So it's a day of finally finessing. Basically, on Friday, you're taking that emotional inner faith that you developed for the last 3 days, and you're bringing it out into the moment. And this might make you very passionate, perhaps a little righteous, maybe a little arrogant at first, but once you find the balance of inner faith and outer response, things will be groovy. Now, to understand this in its most, notice Mercury. Your mind is ahead, and you're thinking further and further ahead with Mercury ahead of the ball, and that thinking is helping you to coordinate and take the right attitude. So Friday is really a day of breakthrough by incorporating the new inner faith, the right appropriate intellectual attitude, and then pulling that into your ego and performance, pulling into your master shui. Now, for a few moments, or a few hours, I should say, on Friday, you will have a bit of a tug-of-war, maybe between your love relationships, Neptune, and this new ego. So as this new ego comes online, maybe you're not sure where to step in your LTRs, or if you're involved in a long-term relationship, you might have a little bit of kickback from them as they see you perk up and suddenly become a lot stronger. Then on Saturday, it's Lightcast Day, the most powerful day of the month to manifest our intentions by filling our heart with love and combining our passionate shui, so law of attraction has something meaty to be attracted to. But let's take a closer look at what's really going on. Now, if you are new, I will explain how this all works. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Whoop, there we go. Woohoo! Lightcast Day is basically this big party over here in the corner where the moon, the sun, and now Mercury are going to come together. Let's take actually a closer look. Basically, Lightcast Day is also known as the new moon. And the moon is our emotions. It's going to cross the sun, which is the I love consciousness. So as the moon comes up against the sun, the beginning of Lightcast Day, and we'll text you if you're in GA, we'll let you know exactly what the coordinates are or the time periods are. But when it first approaches the sun, a lot of people have a breakdown. They do a release. They do a cry. It could be a happy cry. It could also be you acting up or snapping at someone. So just so you know. But then once you've released the negative, the moon comes to the sun, and boom, that's that apex moment where we fill our heart with love and we let the emotional sun come together. So we're filling our heart with love from the sun, and in this case, your ego's behind it. Then hours later, the moon crosses Mercury, and this is where your mind and that new attitude and emotion get together. So it's emotional, intellectual attitude, it's your love and your emotions, it's all together for Lightcast Day. So we are going to be having Lightcast blogs on the mothership. Come on down. Read what your Virgo writer has to say. Read what other writers have to say. See a rising. We're all here to support you on the most powerful day of the month to make reality happen. Then on Sunday, it will be cloudy but cool, I do believe. Now, Venus rules the day, but there's still some bumps we have to go through on Sunday in order to get to that perfect calm blue ocean. and really move forward in the master shui. Now, the cloudiness is kind of due to these other things that we want to work on. Let's take a closer look at the planets. As you can see, there's a party going on in the upper left-hand corner, but what you didn't know was that there was a Bermuda Triangle of fear kind of hovering above us. Now, this fear is not really a big deal, but it's there and present, so I don't want you to think like you're going to feel everything is done on Sunday when you've light casted into your birthday. Not true. The red line going up to Pluto is a fear between your new ego and self-confidence and your inner child. You're partly maybe having a fear that you can still get your dreams come true, or love will always last, or just some insecurity. So you got to face fears between the new 2.0 Virgo and the new soul capital you have building. And then Uranus and Aries, you're going to have to be flexible with your boundaries. If you want to have this gigantic, new, strong, charismatic, passionate Virgo, your boundaries have to change. The world is not used to that, and you're not used to that. So that's not surprising. Plus the moon, you know, coming out of Lightcast Day, moves into Libra, so emotions shift on Sunday from your ego strength to your soul capital. And this is the setup, if you don't know, to really acting on that new Libra capital. But the point is here, at first it's just kind of an emotional thing with your ego, then suddenly self-esteem gets called into play in this Bermuda Triangle, and self-esteem gets called into play with boundaries. So again, you might have to do some boundary judgment in order to feel valuable. Again, a little bit of tumbling and rumbling, but Venus does rule the day, which means if you just innovate the way you emotionally respond to whatever comes to you on Sunday, you're going to be in a better place, and you're going to find that Venus. All right, Virgos, that's all I have for this 7-day forecast. You know, I try to make this go quickly, and it's still almost 11 minutes. But either way, come on down, jumpstart your creativity at soulmart.me. Moon videos coming out, and we're always 7 days a week in the garden helping you out. Until next week, live, love, be.